Hello again. Let's see the stories that will be told in the official selection at Cannes 2023. In Club Zero by Jessica Hausner, Miss Novak is a teacher who joins the staff of an elite school to teach nutrition classes to young students. In a short time, the teacher forms a close bond with 5 of her students, without the other teachers noticing what's going on, until everything takes an unexpected and very dangerous turn. Jessica Hausner, 6th time at Cannes, winner of a Cine Foundation Special Mention in 1999, known for Little Joe, Amour Fou, and Lourdes. The Zone of Interest by Jonathan Glazer, first time in Cannes, known for Under the Skin and Birth, tells the story of a Nazi officer who falls in love with the wife of the commandant of the Auschwitz concentration camp, based on the novel The Zone of Interest by Martin Amis, with Sandra Hüller, Christian Friedel, Ralph Herforth, and Maximilian Beck. Finnish filmmaker Aki Kaurismäki returns to Cannes for the 5th time with Fallen Leaves, a tragic comedy inspired by the famous French song Le Film Mort, part of Kaurismäki's Proletarian series, along with Shadows in Paradise, Ariel, and The Match Factory. The film stars Alma Poisti and Jussi Vatanen as 2 learners who meet by chance at night in Helsinki and try to find their first, only, and last love. Les Fils d'Olpha is a documentary that follows over 10 years, from 2010 to 2020, the tumultuous life of Olpha, a 40-year-old cleaning lady from a humble background. Her 2 teenage daughters become radicalized, flee their home, and join the Daesh terrorist organization in Libya. To tell the story, the director works with professional actresses such as Hens Sabri, Nour Karoui, and Ihrak Matar, and sets up a unique cinematographic device that mixes documentary and fiction. Kaouther Ben Hania, 2nd time in Cannes, is a Tunisian director and screenwriter. In 2021, The Man Who Sold His Skin became the first Tunisian film in history to be nominated for an Oscar for Best International Film. The official synopsis of Asteroid City by Wes Anderson, 3rd time at Cannes, 7 Oscar nominations, released by production company Focus Feature Reds. The itinerary of a junior stargazer space cadet convention, organized to bring together students and parents from across the country for fellowship and scholarly competition, is spectacularly disrupted by world-changing events. The cast is led by Jason Schwartzman and Scarlett Johansson, and they are joined by Tom Hanks, Maya Hawke, Tilda Swinton, Bryan Cranston, Edward Norton, Adrien Brody, Steve Carell, Willem Dafoe, Margot Robbie, and Jeff Goldblum, among others. Anatomie d'un Chute by Justine TRIET, 2nd time in Cannes after Civil, centers its plot in the mysterious death of Samuel, found in the snow at the foot of the isolated house where he lived with his wife Sandra, a German writer, and their visually disabled 11-year-old son Daniel. The investigation concludes that the death was suspicious, leaving the possibility of suicide or homicide in doubt, and Sandra and Daniel face a trial that will dissect their relationship and their family life, starring Sandra Hüller, Swana Loud, and Milo Machado Graner. Monster by Hirokazu KORE-EDA, 4 times winner at Cannes, 1 Palme d'Or, tells the story of a mother who suspects something is wrong with her son when he starts acting strange. Discovering that the teacher is responsible, she storms into the school demanding to know what is going on. But as the story unfolds through the eyes of the mother, the teacher, and the child, the truth slowly emerges, with Sakura Ando, Eita Nagayama, and Soya Kurokawa.
Azione!
In Il Sol dell'Avvenire, Nanni Moretti, 6 times winner at Cannes, 1 Palme d'Or, returns to his passion for sweets, neurosis, wild gazes, idiosyncrasy for shoes, swimming pools, references to his mother, and his own cinema. With Nanni Moretti, Matthew Amalric, Marguerite Bay, Barbara Bucola, among others. Les DERNIER, directed by Catherine Breillat, 3 times in Cannes, 1 win, is a remake of Groningen, a Danish film by May L. Tukey, and follows the story of Anne, a deputy lawyer specializing in the defense of abused minors and troubled teenagers. Played by Dia Drucker, Anne's life is turned upside down when she begins an affair with her 17-year-old stepson, played by Samuel Kircher. The cast is completed by Oliver Rabordin and Clotilde Courreau. KURU, OTLAR, USTUNE About Dry Grasses by Nuri, Bilge, CEYLAN, 10th time in Cannes, 8 wins, 1 Palme d'Or, follows Samet, a young teacher who is finishing his 4th year of compulsory service in a remote village in Anatolia while hoping to be assigned to Istanbul, when he and his colleague Kenan are accused of harassment by 2 female students. He loses all hope of escaping the green life he seems to be stuck in. But his meeting with Nuri, herself a teacher, may help him overcome his angst. Starring Dennis Eliloglu, Merv Dister, and Musab Ekisi. La Chimera by Italian director Alice Rohrwacher, 5th time at Cannes with 2 wins and 1 Oscar nomination, is set in the world of archaeological looting. Josh O'Connor, Emmy winner for The Crown, plays a young British archaeologist who becomes embroiled in an international theft ring of Etruscan artifacts during the 80s. Also starring Isabella Rossellini, Brazilian Carol Duarte, Alba Rohrwacher, and Vincenzo Nemolato. According to Rohrwacher, La Chimera closes the Italian Identity trilogy, which also includes The Meraviglie and Lazzaro Felice. La Passion de Dodin Bouffant, directed by Tran Han Hun, 3rd time at Cannes, 2 wins, follows Eugene, played by Juliette Binoche, an exceptional cook who has been working for 20 years alongside the famous gastronome Dodin, played by Benoit Baguimel. Over time, a love story develops between them, closely linked to their shared love of gastronomy. However, Eugene, seeking freedom, never wanted to marry Dodin, so he decided to give her a unique gift: to cook for her. Rapito by Marco Bellocchio, 11th time at Cannes, 2 wins, tells the story of Edgardo Mortara, a young Jewish boy living in Bologna, Italy, who in 1858, after being secretly baptized, was taken away from his family by force to be educated as Christian. His parents' struggle to free their son became part of a wider political battle that confronted the papacy with the forces of democracy and Italian unification. The film stars Fausto Russo Alesi, Barbara Ronchi, and Paolo Pierobon. May December, directed by Todd Haynes, 5th time in Cannes, 2 times winner, centers on a married couple whose lives begin to buckle under pressure when an actress arrives to do research for a movie about their past, including the couple's notorious May-December tabloid romance that once gripped the nation. The cast includes Julianne Moore, Natalie Portman, and Charles Melton. Jeunesse by One Wing, 3rd time in Cannes, twice winner in Venice, is a documentary film that portrays and explores the lives of young Chinese workers in the textile manufacturing town of Sili. The young people come from all the rural areas along the Yangtze River, attracted by the job opportunities. It is remarkable how more and more documentaries are entering the official competitions of festivals and also winning their main prizes. The Old Oak, directed by Ken Loach, is the 18th time in Cannes, winner 16 times, 2 Palme d'Or, is the story of a village in the northeast of England, where the mine closed and people feel deserted by the system. Many young ones have left, and what once was a thriving, proud community struggles to keep old values alive. But there is growing anger, resentment, and a lack of hope, with Debbie Honeywood, Ruben Bainbridge, and Gold Tate. BANEL E ADAMA by Ramata-Toulaye SY, 1st feature film as director and 1st time in Cannes, tells the story of these 2 characters played by Kadi Mané and Mamadou Diallo, who live a deep and sincere homosexual love for which they must face the conventions and restrictions imposed by their community, located in a remote village in the north of Senegal. Perfect Days by Wim Wenders, his 13th participation in Cannes, 9 times winner, and nominated for 3 Oscars, has a synopsis that reads as follows. Hirayama seems utterly content with his life as a cleaner of toilets in Tokyo. Outside of his very structured everyday routine, he enjoys his passion for music and for books, and he loves trees and takes photos of them. A series of unexpected encounters gradually reveal more of his past. Firebrand by Karim Aynous, 4th time at Cannes, once winner. Very little is known about this film at the time of this review, only that the story centers on Catherine Parr, the wife number 6 and the last one of Henry VIII, played by Alicia Vikander and Jude Law.